All right, here we go. Today, a little reflection and a story. So when I grew up, we did a lot of traveling, a lot of driving, and we listened to a lot of music. My dad listened to a lot of what we call the hair scare scene. So that's people like Slash, Cinderella, I believe it was Rat, Quiet Riot, and Firehouse that was also there. Another Poison, another Slash. That just started to progress into heavier and heavier and heavier music. And I enjoy a lot of different types of music, not just that. So there's people like City and Colour, Manchester Orchestra, Bon Iver, The Deer Hunter, EAR, City and Colour again, The Postal Service. That was a good one. Conor Oberst. But what happened was my addiction slowly grew for this heavy genre. And like any good addiction, you need your fix. So now I had a friend that got free tickets when I moved to Reno for undergraduate. So whew, did we hit a lot of different events. A lot of different concerts. Some of the heavier ones, Under Oath, Asking Alexandria, and that's probably a set list. All that remains in Trivium. This was the first show that I had a contusion. I was elbowed and bleeding profusely. Always remember that one. Avenged Sevenfold, Five Finger Death Punch, All That Remains, Trivium, Under Oath. There's been a fair good number of ones. There's also a little bit more of a like punk scene. So Pennywise, Authority Zero, The Offspring. That was on my 21st birthday night. That was a good one. Dropkick, not once but twice but 3 times. Strung Out was a good one too. This is what's left. Now that was back then. Nowadays they usually start this way.
Yo, dude, tickets are on sale. We got to get these like now.
All right, I'm on it. Hey dude, closest place is in Seattle. Like 850 miles. Yeah, we can 2-day it. All right, done.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Now the story for today is about 9 months ago I flew to Las Vegas and we watched a concert of Bring Me the Horizon. Very heavy, very, very heavy stuff. And one of the opening shows, there was a gentleman that uses a wheelchair. The mosh pits, those things are just... They're a little crazy. They're very interesting, and I want to actually talk about why those things maybe happen in the comment section below. So those things are set up to where they're just churning and moving, people smashing into each other and such. Went into the center of it, the whole thing stopped. It just stopped. And there's a lot of reasons why this could have happened. It could be perceived safety situations. It could be something that's just not culturally typical in those sort of situations. But being a behavior analyst, I realized like, hey, maybe this guy really wants to be a part of these sort of things. But I also don't want to assume anything in those situations. It's a little nod and some screaming across the extremely loud music that's going on and just destroying your eardrums led to him asking if my brother and I could get the mosh pit going again. So, I mean, just yelling and rounding everybody up, we got the thing going again. And when that song was over, there was a quick few seconds where he said that this was one of his favorite bands and he was so excited to see him for the first time. And I asked him, have you ever crowd surfed? Because that's, I mean, any rock show, that's part of the experience. I think at least once. Try it out, see if you like it. And his answer was no, I have never been able to do that. And so I asked him, like, do you want to lock your brakes and go? And it was this really cool smile that he got on his face. And some profanity of yeah. And so what turned into a night of fun with my brother and just a thing that we like to experience turned to a very crucial point in which I realized that behavior analysis and this other area that I really enjoy of just listening to and consuming music could potentially come together. So to finish the story, what happened is my brother and I got a few different people together around us. We lifted them up right at the peak of the breakdown of the song, which if you're a metalhead, you're just like, ooh, you love that part. And as he was crowd surfing forward, the lead singer stepped across the rail and just belted some of the words at him. And it gave me goosebumps. I mean, it still does give me goosebumps just thinking about this right now. But I realized, like, one thing that I would like to potentially do as I'm more successful and have more time in my career is create and carve out a service to be able to help somebody experience an event in ways that they might not be able to typically experience them if they want to, that is. So the point was to share that story. It was just something that like hit me and like, wow, I could take behavior analysis and I could do something totally different with it that I never even realized, of creating this service to help people experience these sort of events in these ways that they may not have ever experienced them before. And so this month and next month, I'm gonna go see two of these bands, Asking Alexandria and A Day to Remember. Pretty close in time. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna write an email and say, hey, would you all be interested in talking with me about how to make these sort of things become a reality one day? I'm hoping that you can help me retweet and reshare these sort of things and tag them as well. I'm going to list those right here. And I'm really interested and like to know what it is that you would like to do differently with behavior analysis. It could be anything. I mean, I'm talking about a service that would help people experience mosh pits to their fullest extent. I mean, it could really be anything, but I think we need to think outside those borders and those boundaries and just brainstorm as much as we possibly can. So I'd love to hear that below. Do me a favor, if you enjoy this content, like, share, smash it, subscribe, whatever you're into. It really, really makes a difference when you do that sort of stuff for me. And hey, you never know. Maybe if we share and retweet enough, we can actually get these guys to listen and help me plan this out. So with that said, this is your Daily BA.